Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's it going? How's it going? It's Wednesday. I'm happy to be back. Hello, Yella. Hello, hello. I'm happy to be back. I was like, Monday was so weird. I was like, I'm not streaming and I'm not seeing everybody. Where is I'm like, where is everybody? But really, where is me? And it was lonely, but it was also like probably good for my mental health to like take a day and just not do anything and just be at home. So it was probably good, but I'm happy to be back. But yes, hello, it is the end of disco. But yeah, no chill Minecraft Monday. I've been missing Minecraft. I've been thinking about Minecraft these past few days. My brain's just been like, Minecraft? But Minecraft. And that's been my entire brain these past few days. It's been a struggle. How's the week been so far? It's been fine. I've been thinking very hard about my work. And so I've been doing a lot of work and thinking hard about my work. And that's good and important and I'm being productive. But it also means that I'm not like checking in on other people's streams as much as I wish I could be. And like doing stream stuff as much as I want to be. Which is a little sad. But that's life. Yeah, work is a struggle. Work is so sad. But yeah, how has your week been? How is the week going for everybody? Hope it's been a relatively good week. I feel like it's been like a sleepy week generally. It's like, oh, busy. Yeah, it's been like a busy and sleepy week. How broken is chat? Only a little. Chat's only a little broken. I feel like I can live with the amount of broken that chat is. Yeah, busy. It's been that kind of week. It's been a sleepers week. Yeah. I keep like sleeping past my alarm. Like yesterday, I like woke up to my alarm and then was immediately just like, I don't want to wake up, but I'm not like really gonna sleep, right? I'm just gonna sleep like a little bit, right? So I don't need to set a timer. I'm good. And I was not good. Narrator voice, I was not good. And it was, yeah, I like slept an extra hour. Hello, Yuma. It is the last disco today. I wake up at 8 p.m. your time. I wake up at 8 a.m. my time, which is, I was tweeting pretty far after I actually woke up. Oh my gosh, wait, Kim and I are like clipping through each other. This is the first time we've ever done this. This is the first time we've ever clipped through each other. Kim and I. Look at us, Kim. There's only one couch, Kim. Only one couch. But yes, hi Yuma, how's it going? I'm sad I couldn't like stay at your stream longer. I was doing my singing practice while I was watching your stream, and so I was like listening in for parts of it, and then I was too loud when I was actually singing, and so I was like catching like every other sentence. Yeah, and then I had to go. I was like, oh, I'm gonna like record myself singing so I can hear what I sound like. And I'll come back to the stream. And then it didn't happen. So I'm sorry, I just disappeared. I missed you while learning about dinosaurs. That sounds so fun. I'm gonna try to be. Oops. I wanna like hang out in other people's streams and talk to people more. I've been like missing a lot of that this week with being busy. But it was Morrowind today, right? How did Morrowind go? The alarm is set for 6:50. That's disgusting. Horrendous. Kim is a morning person. I hate that.
These papers bear the stamp of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of the lieutenant's paperwork, half finished. You may have notes on this and other recent cases.
Yes, we do have the gun now. It didn't change anything else. Like, it seems like otherwise we were actually on good end. Yeah, we actually did get the gun. But it seems like other than that, we were actually on the best end before. There's like one thing that we have like, we'd have to like crit. We have to like get a perfect roll in order to get a chance to win the thing. But like other than that, we're already on the best path. So it was like, oh, well, we have the gun. So like that's better. How many people survived? Not a lot. Like not a lot. And the same number of people died this past time as died the first time. So it seems like we were just somehow on good path, which is kind of yikes. Thought that we were on a worse path and that we could do better, and we could not do better. So yeah. We're gonna try to talk to the Phasmid today though. That's the goal. The goal of today is pass the Phasmid check. So we can hang out with our buddy, Mr. Phasmid. Yeah. Morrowind was nice, although always sleepy lately. I feel that it's been a really sleepy time. I have the actual worst dark circles under my eyes right now. It's terrifying. I woke up this morning, I woke up on time, and I just looked at myself in the mirror being like, I woke up fine today, and it was so fine. And then I looked at myself in the mirror, and it was just like, oh, okay. This is the day we've got, I guess. Now, sleepy Lyra today, and sleepy Yuma. We can be sleepy together. Sleepy buddies. Yeah, saves coming for the Phasmid. That's where we're gonna be. We're gonna be saves coming for the Phasmid. At least it's like the last check. It's like the last check that matters.
I had Garth open the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night.
Alright, I'm just a burden. I should just fuck off. Now. Thank you for keeping this thing alive a little longer.
It would have been easy were it not for my concussion. We both got lucky, considering the odds we faced. Let's go?
Let's go. Kim saying, let's go. Can we not go outside of this door? We have to walk all the way back around. Kim, let us leave. The footsteps are so echoey. Let's go. Alright, we gotta go all the way up. That leg hurts. Don't run. I'm trying to not run. I was trying to walk. Please, our poor broken leg. She left something on the table.
Next to the stack of bills, you see a note. A few lines jotted down in large, uneven handwriting, just as the writer was about to rush out the door. I'm sorry. I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S. Gift upstairs.
What did she actually, like, I forgot to go and check back with her to see, like, what was going on. Like, she's like, I fucked everyone over, but, like, she didn't really do anything, right? Like, she lied that she said it was Ruby's idea to hang the body, but it was actually her idea. But other than that, it was just, like, normal stuff, right? Other than that, she just told the truth. So I don't know.
A gift.
A gift? What could it be?
I am not drawing my gun yet, but I don't like gifts.
It's okay, you'll like this gift, Kim. But we have to show Kim. We have to show Kim. The gifts are good, actually. We have to give Kim the best gift. The gift of love. Yeah, her idea got everyone in this situation. Yeah, I guess, because she was like, we should hang him, and then it, like, fucked everything up.
He says he's not, but his hand moves instinctively toward his holster as he studies the note.
Yeah, so it was a bad idea. Like, pretending that they killed the guy was a bad idea. I don't like, why even, though? Like, he was just killed by a random shot. Is like, why do they even have to pretend? They could have just been like, we don't fucking know, man. He's just dead. And it would have just been better for everyone. But you know what? That's okay. It was a hard situation and she fucked up, so it's okay. She left in a hurry.
It's hardly surprising.
Yeah. I mean, she probably would have had a bad time if she'd still been there. Because everyone was like, where's
The medicine
Glacia?
cabinet is empty. Not even a toothbrush.
Well, presumably she took her toothbrush with her.
Pity.
She really cleaned this out.
Mm-hmm. She certainly had her priorities straight when she was packing.
Close the cabinet. It's weird that we're like pointing out like, wow, she sure took her toothbrush with her when she left. Like, of course she took her toothbrush with her when she left. Why would she not? Just remember Kimball. I love Kimball so much. He's my boy. He is a bro. I love him. All right, the red thread of fate. Where do you take me? Made of nylon leads out of the room and onto the roof. All right. It's tied to the antenna. How do I interact with it? Oh, I have to, okay, never mind. I have to look at the window and not the thread. I was just too excited for the string of fate. Hello, Electrip. Hello. Welcome. We are finishing up disco today.
You see the same two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman, only now a red thread bisects the room, pointing from the antenna outside to the cupboard on the wall.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
She could have just told us this the first time, you know? Like, we went everywhere looking for a bunch of different things. She could have just said. Whatever, Glacia.
A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside, A prime, to then widen into a radius of locations in Martinez, B prime, B double prime, and B triple prime.
All right, where does the thread lead?
It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof, B triple prime.
B triple prime.
The island in the bay.
She trying to tell us the shot came from the island.
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point.
There are ruins on the islet. A sunken sea fort. I saw it through the coin-operated viewer.
I remember.
How did she know how to do this?
She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the glass.
She had a long time to think about it after, standing on that roof, staring at the glass.
And didn't tell us? Did I get nom-noms? I did eat. I finished up my food a little bit late, so stream started a little bit late today. But yeah, I actually did manage to get nom-noms today. I hope you guys are having good food recently. Hope you've all got your whatever time-appropriate meal it may be for you. All right, Glacia, withholding information from the cops?
It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her?
It's her way of saying she's sorry.
I find that hard to believe. But at this point, what difference does it make?
All right, good you got food. Food is great. Food is yummy and wonderful. All food, always good, as long as it doesn't kill me. I definitely got overly optimistic about some onions this weekend and made myself ill. So that was another reason there was no stream on Monday, because I was ill from onions. It was worth it though. Honestly, it was worth it. The onions were really, really tasty. It was worth it to get sick. All right. Hello, Anna. Yeah, onions inherently make me ill now. Anytime I eat onions, I get quite sick for days now. But it was worth it. They're so good. The onions have hands. They really do. Yeah, not the onions. It was so sad. I was like, please, I thought I could eat the onions. I thought I was gonna be okay. And then I wasn't okay. But like I shouldn't have thought it was gonna work. I should have known. Onions are like one of the worst things for my tummy, so like I should have known. But I had hope. But anyway, alright. At least Classia is apologizing to us, even if the onions won't. But alright, this is the only point of origin we haven't ruled out yet.
So it is.
So it is.
For a second he seems tired.
Maybe we need to go to the island, Kim? Kim, let's go to the fucking island!
Okay, let's go to the fucking island. How do we get there? Joyce Messier had her sloop, but she's gone.
Lillian, the net picker. She's tarring her boat.
Ah, yes, of course. The village. Let's go.
Let's go! Kim's saying let's go a lot today. This is Kim's, like, second time saying let's go today. Kim also enthusiastic about the ending of the game. Alright, we have to slowly walk. Yeah, Kim officially joining the team. We did successfully convince Kim to join the team last time. It did work out. So hopefully we can do that again. Oh, we need to talk to these people. Hello, Titus Hardy. You're
Seeing
alive.
you approach, the bruised man raises his bear in welcome.
Crazy motherfucker. Didn't think you had that fury in you. But I guess I've misjudged a lot of people lately.
We do have our gun now. We did shoot a guy. It didn't help to save people's lives, but we did shoot a guy.
That was one hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. The fucks did not expect that. But I guess what I'm trying to say here is, thank you for intervening, fellas. That was mighty brave of you.
No need to thank me. I'm just doing my job. We went pew pew. We did. We in fact did. Shade, I superstarred the shit out of that. I like that one. We are a superstar cop.
Dick Mullen on steroids.
Mhm.
Glenn would have liked you had he gotten to...
Glenn, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the people you lost.
Theo was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went. Never could imagine him withering away on a sickbed.
Ah, Theo.
But Angus, he was just a stupid kid. Didn't realize the mess he'd gotten into. Trusted me. Still, the balls on that kid. Went down fighting for someone else's shit like a fat, angry bear.
It's so sad. Poor Theo. Didn't deserve to die. And Angus didn't deserve to die.
And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I'd love that crazy homo like my own brother. We're all fucked without him. But what do? This job is shit.
Glenn's a homo? I didn't know that about Glenn. Glenn seems pretty cool now. You know? I don't remember much about Glenn. But crazy homo? I like the sound of that. Alright. Where's that Shanky fella? He doesn't care about Shanky. We like the homos. The homos are good. Alright, what's up with Shanky?
Dennis?
Dennis?
That poor little rat is dead too. I always thought he'd run. But no. He stayed.
Oh.
Stupid, brave fella.
Oh, Dennis didn't deserve to die.
He didn't like him. That only makes it worse.
They're good people. I'm sorry it went like that.
Well, yeah. Memento mori.
Remember, you will
Right.
die.
Memento mori, or remember that you must die, is a slogan various religious orders have thrown around since the dawn of mankind to emphasize the vanity of earthly life and the transient nature of all earthly pursuits. In essence, it means one should live virtuously in this life to live better in the afterlife.
Hello, Humphrey. Is this really the end of Elysium? This is the end of the game. We're going through the end of the game today. So in that sense, in fact it is. Elysium is ending. Oh, are there spoilers I didn't get during this playthrough? Absolutely. I'm fine with spoilers. At this point, we're gonna like interact with the Phasmid and go through the end stuff. And then we're done. So like, I'm fine with spoilers, you know? Yeah, disco never ends. And Elysium will always be there for us all. But yeah, totally Memento Mori. Also doesn't really apply, but that's okay.
Absolutely. Today, I'm going to get drunk, eat good food, and bed a good-looking girl. 'Cause tomorrow, a motor carriage might run me over.
Go on, Elaine. Oh, yeah, disco forever. Disco days never end. Hell yeah. All right, what is this? What is this video? Oh, 39 second. All right, we're talking to Kim. We have big news, Kim. We managed to stop obsessing about my sexuality. Is what we say to Kim.
Imagine all the time you'll have for work now. Matter of fact, we should get back to it right now.
Yes.
What?
Just one thing though. Are you
didn't
part of the
stop at all,
homosexual
did you?
underground?
You are just obsessing about other people's sexuality now.
Yeah,
But
but
am I? I'll spare you another 20-hour mind project. Yes, I am. Now let's get back to work.
Kim? Yeah, we can marry Kim. Oh my god, we actually can. Kim is totally gay. Kim confirmed totally gay. Oh my god. That's oh my gosh, it's real. It's actually real. We could actually date Kim. I don't think he wants to date us. We're like way too old for him anyway. We're like in our 60s, right? And Kim's in his like 40s. We're like way too old for Kim. But it's okay. We can dream. We can dream of dating a younger man. I'm so sad I didn't get homosexual undergrad though. That sounded so cool. That one seemed really funny. I have also seen the scene of like, so we successfully gave the girl a hat. There was like the girl on the ice and she was cold. And we did successfully give her a hat, but you can like fail at giving her the hat. And then she's like, fuck that hat. And you're like, fuck the hat? Fuck the hat? You talking shit about my hat? My hat is the greatest. It's the best. It's so good. How you say fuck the hat? It's really beautiful. If you guys haven't seen the fuck the hat, you should watch the fuck the hat video of that. It's really good. My man, Harry Dubois, with the most beautiful reactions at all time. Okay, is Harry Dubois part of the homosexual underground too? Why are they underground? We could be the homosexual overground, you know? We're here. We can come out of the ground closet together, you know? Good, we can be together. Something I should watch some other time. I will open a tab. Thank you. What about the homosexual ground? Yeah. We're one of the things you can get is the homosexual underground. And that's us. That's us and Kim. not under, just ground, homosexual ground, as opposed to homosexual rock, the other well-known but completely distinct type of being. It is beautiful. Okay, we're gonna continue this conversation. Elaine, having a good day.
Or you might die of a heart failure or syphilis.
Syphilis?
Hey. Fuck you for ruining a beautiful idea.
Alright, what's gonna happen to the Hardy Boys now?
I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambitious fellows there who'd love nothing more than advancing social democracy by busting some heads.
I'm sure. Wait. So what if you become a fascist? What if we become a fascist? Kim snaps. All right, minute and a half of Kim snapping if we become a fascist.
What happened to you?
Better keep the lieutenant in the dark about the whole
All right. I can't read this one out loud to you guys because it's too small and I can't read the text that's on the screen when it's this small in my thing. So you will have to watch the video yourself. I'm sorry. But all right, I think it says, "What do you mean, Lieutenant?"
icebreaker thing. He's not gonna get it.
What do you mean, Lieutenant?
You look different.
Oh, this?
Constipated somehow?
Oh, this?
Yes. Your face. Looks like you're having a stroke. Can you even move it?
I cannot read this at all. Absolutely.
I just don't understand, officer. Please help me understand.
This...
And what is that? A walking mask?
You're an icebreaker.
No, you are not. What you are is an RCM lieutenant conducting a murder investigation.
He plows his way towards the frigid lands.
But you see, you don't. You are not Rafael Ambrosius Cousteau, and you are not an icebreaker.
Nothing can stop the icebreaker.
Don't answer that.
Oh no, he's taking so much health damage.
The lieutenant's command instantly lets all the wind out of your sails, like he overrode your mind or flicked some secret master switch. Suddenly, the whole icebreaker concept seems just lame. It's like he reconditioned your brain.
Hell yeah. Kim's just like, oh no, whoops. Kim's just like, being a fascist, fucking dumb. Being a fascist is lame as shit. You should just stop being a fascist. And Kim is Kim's like, that's just lame. And you're like, fuck, you're right. Being a fascist is unpog. Being a fascist is in fact cringe. And then you stop. I wish it were that easy in real life, you know? I wish you could just tell someone like, God, that's fucking cringe. And then they would just stop being fascist. But alright, Titus Hardy is recruiting more members for the Union.
Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows. And maybe wants to have some fun with his brother.
Aww.
Anyway, don't you worry. As long as Titus Hardy's standing, there will be Hardy boys.
That's cute that he's gonna work with his brother. Alright, do you know what happened to Classia?
Don't know. Don't care. I'll be glad if I never see that fucking woman again.
Even after all that hell, he's still bitter about her?
Titus, after all we've been through, level with me. You really liked her, didn't you?
Nope.
Nope.
He did.
He did. Tun-tun. Titus Hardy to tun-tun. Same here, man.
He shrugs and tries to look uninterested.
Aw, not like I like her or anything, baka. Titus Hardy is so cute. What a boy. Alright, any idea what I should do now?
Judging by the sight of you, I'd suggest crawling into bed with a bottle of whiskey in one hand and a big tit in the other.
Kim's got tits. We got man tit. That's good too, you know? We gotta solve a murder though. We can't lie in bed with whiskey and tits. We gotta solve a murder. Kim's tits are a very important part of this game.
Yeah, go pay Monica a visit in Janrock. She's got a knack for making men forget about their worries. Biggest pair of milkers in all Rebachos.
I feel like that would not be good for us. I feel like we would just be like, are you my wife? And like have a complete breakdown in front of her. And she would be like, bro, I'm not your wife. You should stop.
Hell, you both look like you could use some feminine company right now.
We're both gay, Eugene. Eugene, we are homosexuals. We do not need any feminine company at all.
Thank you for your advice, Eugene, and you too, Alain. I do always appreciate a good use of the expression milkers.
It is a good expression. I love all the words for boobs. A big like "Badoga, hoga, hogas," you know. Every time people do that, I love those. The boobas. I love the boobas. We always love the boobas.
It sincerely amuses him how hard these guys typecast themselves.
Yeah, it's fair. They are cute. They're so funny.
You're welcome, Bina Claude. You're all right in my book.
So long, fellas. Be good, so I don't have to come back here again.
Take care, coppers. You two look after yourselves now. Death passed on you today, but men don't get that lucky twice.
Yikes.
Copo Loco. And normal cop, I guess. Good luck in Shamrock. Scars made the best tattoos, they say.
Capo Loco. He has like a whole thing for us for we're Capo Loco, and Kim is just like, yeah, you're just like normal. You're just like a guy. Yeah, okay. You're a guy.
Thanks for getting involved, guys. Not a lot of cops would step into that line of fire.
Yeah,
But
Kim.
you did.
Yeah, Kim, we're the normal cop. Kim, you're definitely the Capo Loco, right? No, we're the normal cop. Totally normal. That's what he said about us. The best compliment in the world. Totally normal.
And if you ever feel like the uniform is holding you back, I've got a few vacancies. You'd make one hardy boy, copper.
Oh, that's so sweet. All right, can we talk to the other homosexual again?
Hi again, gendarme.
Nope.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Bye-bye, gendarme. Probably not worth spending our point on that. But yeah, Tinus was so sweet. At first he was like, oh, this motherfucker, but he's so sweet now. Alright, what does this say?
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil.
Yeah, where'd they get the heavy fuel oil? Because we used ours. So, like, where'd she get hers? Hopefully not from Kim's car. He needs that.
This was Cindy the Skull.
Looks like Cindy the Skull finally found the words for her masterpiece.
The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger.
Un jour, je serai de retour près de toi. That's my guess. That's my guess of how you pronounce that. No idea how correct that was.
Looks like it. Yes. This is still fresh. It wasn't here yesterday.
It was a good try. Thank you, thank you. It sounded legit to you. Thank you, Yuma. I think that might say more about both of our French knowledge than anything else. But I appreciate the vote of confidence. All right, I smell heavy fuel oil.
And blood. Some of it is even yours.
Oof. Probably a lot of it. Yeah, we lost a lot of blood.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable?
What are you trying to imply, Fingers?
You could buy some smokes, light up a ciggy and throw it in there. You know, just to see what happens. See if it's flammable. It's better that way. Safer.
Yeah, it's much safer to light the fuel oil on fire than to leave the fuel oil not lit on fire. Big thoughts from interfacing. Things being on fire, safer than things not on fire. Light it? I am really tempted. How do we actually do that? Light the graffito on fire with a burning cigarette. We have to go buy cigarettes. Who's that guy? Wait, who's this guy? Wait, okay, we'll buy cigarettes in a minute. We gotta talk to this dude.
Care to play a game with the lonely old man?
Wait, where's your buddy?
Actually, never mind. Wouldn't be the same.
Where's René?
The prick is gone. I can barely believe it. But he's really gone.
He's dead?
He is trying to retain his jolly facade, but the underlying sadness casts a deep shadow over his wrinkled face.
Gone where?
Hell, most likely.
Oh, Jesus.
He was an absolute killer.
What a way to talk about your buddy. What a way. But yeah, did he die during the mercenary tribunal?
Oh, he would have liked that. Violent lives ending violently. That's how he wanted to go. Sadly, it was not the case.
How did he die?
His hungry little heart finally gave out.
Yikes.
The dock workers found him in the guard booth this morning. Wasn't even supposed to be working for another week, but he just had to prove how tough he is.
He was like, if it doesn't kill me, it makes me stronger. I'm gonna do it. And he bet on the wrong side. Rip Rene.
Wait, did he push himself to prove he can pull his weight and doesn't need handouts?
Guess he was about to head home, 'cause when the dock workers found him, he was wearing civilian clothes and not the Kuketu uniform I saw him in all the time.
Yeah, bye-bye, Angie Man. Angie Man was so angry, he just fully died.
Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. Now the joke's on him, 'cause he's gonna be buried without it.
This guy is talking so poorly of his buddy who just died 2 days ago. Alright, do you think our conversation about his job pushed him to go out there?
No. René was the most stubborn man in Revachol. Nothing you or I could say would ever push him to do anything. The man was completely immovable.
Was he really that bad?
I repeat, an absolute cunt. Even his old army buddies didn't want him around. He was like an old viper.
You're like, he's dead. Are you sure you want to call him that? And he's like, yeah, I'm calling him that. I'm saying it. Gaston is kind of based.
The only people who could stand to be around him were Jenny and me. She saw something in him when we were just kids, and she never lost sight of it. And I thought if the most beautiful being in the world can love him, then there must be something worth holding on to.
Wait, is he homosexual too? Did you love him?
We've hated each other our entire lives. So much, in fact, that, yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. You know what his last words to me were?
We're all homosexuals here today. It's a very homosexual day. Tell me. Let's just say tell me.
In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without a trial. That's what he said to me. He lived a cunt, and he died a cunt. Let's leave it at that.
He's really just doubling down on that. Do you know what happened to his medals?
I took them for myself. Took them to remember that old cunt. Nobody knew him better than I did. And I want to remember that old cunt by something.
Oh my gosh, this is great.
Strange how old cunt sounds almost gentle when he says it now.
It's sad that he died, but this is also a really funny conversation. I'm with you, I'm with you. Alright, I offer my sincere, since we can say old people die, you'd better get ready to. That's so rude, oh my god. I offer my sincere condolences.
Yes, we are both very sorry for your loss.
It is what it is, part of life really. But to know someone for 79 years, then
Oh my
one
gosh.
day they're just gone.
That's so many years.
I just don't know anymore. About anything really. But you must need something.
Not really. I'm just seeing what was up. Bye. I just wanted to talk to you about your dead friend and then leave, so bye. See ya. Alright, we're buying cigs so we can light this on fire. And then we'll actually go to try to finish the game. Walking so slowly and so carefully to not hurt our leg. Still carrying our big heavy stuff because we can't put it down. It's very important. Do we buy cigarettes here?
Is this about the questions again?
Yeah, I was like, who is this? And then it was just sad. And then it was funny. And then it was sad. And now it's, yeah.
A colourful display of cigarettes and the bottles wink at you in the light. The smokes too glitter in their wrapping. It's like looking into a kind of heaven. Your knees are weak.
Yeah, it was just like, hey man, what's up with you? Who are you? And he was just like, my friend is gone forever. And I was like, oh, wow, that's not what I was here to ask about. I was just trying to figure out who you were. All right, bye then.
There, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
This is not a good place for a recovering addict.
Guess not, no.
Good thing you're an unrecovering
Electrochemistry, nope.
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know that.
Don't ask, don't look, don't do anything here. Just go away. Get back to work. Know this, you will never finish your alcohol quest if you don't buy beautiful alcohol.
We're just here. I just want the cigarettes. Here
you go, mister.
All right, we're leaving. Hello. Ah. Hello. We successfully did not buy alcohol. Did not get caught by our addiction this time. Hello. All right, walking very slowly. Carefully. All right. How do I light the cigarette
The graffito
now?
has... This was Cindy the...
All right. If you have enough volition, it fights with electrochemistry during the speed quest. That's so good. I don't think we have very much volition, though. We're quite bad. Yeah, the music in this game is really beautiful. All right, step back, Lieutenant. We are beginning to morb. It's time to set the graffiti on fire.
The fuel oil catches fire.
Yeah.
With a low hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the lettering.
Oh.
Red turns to vapor above the burning message, mingling with the black smoke.
Disco Elysium.
The lieutenant has taken a small step back. He looks at your face illuminated by the flames and nods silently.
So
then
cool.
The fire falters.
Title drop. It's the last day. We gotta title drop as much as we physically can.
Let's go to that island.
Kim's like, we've lit the mainland on fire. Time to nope out to the island.
Slowly, the flames subside, the fuel burning out. The air still smells of mazout and springtime.
Beautiful. It's not different at all. Completely exactly the same. All right, the fisherman shacks. That's where we need to go. All right, we need your boat. Let us on your boat.
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look terrible.
Did she just miss that there was like a whole ass fight? Like very recently?
You're not limping. You're you.
I am a cop. I don't merely exist in this world. I live in the between life and death.
Everyone does that, in a way. You don't have to get shot for that. What happened to you anyway? We heard gunshots from the town. They were closer than usual.
We got shot?
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
The big jump finally caught up to us. We injured our leg days ago and it finally caught up to us. But yeah, we're all otherworldly beings in some way, you know? She's like, none of us are truly alive or dead. We are all both alive and dead at the same time, both living and dying. Anyway.
You didn't only get shot.
We dodged the second one. We can also get not shot.
Well, good for you.
Should see the other guys. 2 dead, 1 in the hospital.
So you're a killer. That's good, I guess. Better than being dead.
Most caps are killers. That seems like a shitty thing to say. That's like a terrible... Like, it might be true in this game, but it's also like... These are kind of all bad. I was a killer long before this happened.
I've always taken you for one, that's for sure.
Oof.
Not a lot of RCM men who aren't killers.
Alright, I have a question for you.
Of course. Can I help you with something?
We're not asking her on a date. I'm not asking her on a date. Right in front of Kim, too. Oh my gosh. Be like, hey, Kim, so I know I told you I'm gay, but actually, I'm going on a date with a lady. But okay, we gotta get to that island.
That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead.
I feel like it's wind still and the tar just dried. Feels like something from a poem, you know? It's like the Jabberwock with eyes of flame. Like, it's wind still and the tar just dried. Feels like it feels like it should be from a poem, right? Got that kind of vibe. But alright. Can we borrow your boat?
If you promise to bring it back. And no scraping the hull. I just got it nice and yellow. And no drinking on the boat. And no joyriding either.
Yeah, Gabe would also buy and Polly. We can date them all at once and it's all okay. As long as they're all fine with it. Of course, no joyriding. Promise, promise, of course. Who would joyride? Not us. Totally. Nope, nope. Couldn't be us.
Of course, ma'am. It's only for a day or two. Official police business.
Aye.
Nod attentively. Oh, what if I want to rock? We gotta rock. What if we want to rock?
See, that makes me not want to lend you my skiff. On a boat, rocking leads to capsizing. That there is an absolutely 100% rock-free skiff. You got that?
Well, it can be a disco skiff. It doesn't have to be a rock skiff. It can be a disco skiff. Right, speaking of gay and poly, did I hear about the no-fly list hacker? I did. I think the first time I read something about it, like the actual details of what happened, was like right after I woke up, and I completely forgot. But I did hear that like Maya Arson Kramu is the she like hacked stuff. But it was like the credentials were just out there on the internet, or they just use like default credentials level thing. And it was like, it's like, I feel like if you use the default credentials, you don't get to be upset when like you get hacked, you know? It's like, that's what happens, you know? You just shouldn't be doing that. But I did hear they seem like a cool person. But alright, we'll use your skiff to get there.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it's a small tank.
Holy fucking bingle, what? Oh yeah. Sometimes we live in a good world. Sometimes the world we live in is a cool one.
A skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty.
Oh, 2 seats, the perfect number just for us.
Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle, and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you. Are you sure you want to go now?
Yeah, we're going.
Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your accounts?
We're doing it.
Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
Yep, I know. You take the engine, Kim. I'll hold the boombox.
What?
What? How else do we blast Sad FM on the way to the island?
Fine. Let's blast Sad FM then.
Sad FM. is a radio station specializing in sad, slow rock songs. You seem to know its frequency by heart.
Let's go, Kim. Let's go. Oh, he didn't say let's go again. We're doing this again? We have to do this every time. It's beautiful. This is what this game is about, you know? Oh, speaking of emo music, this is a great start. Fallout Boy is back? What the fuck? Oh my gosh, that's insane. Didn't something happen to Panic at the Disco? Are they like officially finally done now? I saw a meme saying there is now peace at the disco. Yeah, Panic at the Disco is retiring. Yeah, they haven't like been the same in a long time though, so yeah. But holy shit, new Fall Out Boy songs. That's so exciting. I was more of an MCR girl back in the day. But yeah, Fall Out Boy is great too. I definitely listen to like a lot of Fall Out Boy. I love that the emo stuff is coming back. I love that people are just like, yeah, we were emo like 15 years ago and it's time to be emo again. Oh, Brandon's having a baby, so he wants to spend time with his wife. That's sweet. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, okay, MCR, they had one new song a while back that I listened to. I haven't checked to see if they've had more new stuff recently, though. But Paramore is back, too? That's so exciting. They're just like, it's time. It's time to have all the emo kids. The emo kids are grown up and adults and have jobs and money now. It's time to come back. And they're right. Well, I don't have money. I have a job. Sort of. But I'm ready. I'll find the money, you know? Find the money for going to MCR. I hope they like come and tour nearby. The song, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Yeah. I love them. I know so many of those songs like so well. Like if I look at like the first line of the lyrics, I can just like go to the rest of the songs in MCR. I love them. Oh, there's like an oil spill here. I didn't notice that last time. Yeah, Fallout Man, that's so good. Fallout Man, yeah. I love just the very first note of there's just so many emos. You just play that single note and they're like, oh my god, this is it. Welcome to the Black Parade, it's here. I was at an anime con like last year and there were people outside singing songs and they were actually singing like Welcome to the Black Parade.
The boat
I was like,
comes to a
fuck
slow
yeah.
stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. Then there's silence.
Anyway. Alright, we're back. We made it.
In the silence, a sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes off in the distance.
Let's go.
Let's go! He said it again! Third let's go of the day! Alright, climb out, but yes, hydrate. You're right. Hydrate and stretch. Thank you, Yella. Alright, stretching. How's my back? It's doing better. I'm less sore now. I've been really exhausted, so I haven't like done a lot more working out. I'm thinking of trying to do climbing. Because I have a lot of friends who do climbing. Yeah, I'm gonna get struck one of these
The
days.
chain trails off into the ocean,
Alright, what's this?
connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast.
This leads to the depot in Land's End.
Ah, yes, so it seems.
What do you think it was used for?
For bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies? You could also lock the bay when you raise the chain.
As a defensive measure, locking off that side of the bay.
Lock from whom?
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification, I believe.
This means I sorta got into the depot door.
Technically, no, it doesn't.
It doesn't?
He's right.
Aww. Boat Ride should have had this song. All right. What is this song? Oh? Cuarto de Hotel? What is this song? I'm gonna get a copyright strike. I luckily haven't played anything yet that I've actually had copyright issues yet, but YouTube reminds me every time. It's like, that had copyright. Ooh, it's a great song. Exciting. I will listen to it later, but for now I'm just gonna leave the tab open out of fear of copyright. Alright, what's this stuff? The lingering trace of Muzzet in the air. Ah, a new skill point. How many skill points do we have? Oh, we have so many. We're gonna see that Phasmid so much. Oh, it goes doot 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 doot. Beautiful. Oh fuck, we're running. Shouldn't run. Gonna hurt our leg. Beryl says ICM.
ICM? This feels familiar somehow.
Kim, what's the ICM?
Insulindian Citizens Militia. It's the official name of the Communards Army. The black and white army of the revolution.
Sounds an awful lot like...
RCM. Sounds like RCM.
It does.
Why?
The RCM may descend from the ICM.
May?
It's impossible to say. It was chaos after the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Revachol West was mostly workers and criminals.
Nice political thoughts rush through your neocortex. It's going to be hard to say them. Carrying around all that weight on a busted crutch is making you pant.
What I'm hearing is we descend from the glorious Revolutionary Army. Just catch your breath. We'll just catch our breath.
This is better preserved than the others. You can still read the sign.
A white star. Oh, this is what we were talking about. I didn't even notice this thing last time. A white star. Time to make a communism. We could make a communism. It's possible.
No, an upside-down star.
An upside-down star.
With its horns in the sky, the symbol of the commune.
Are those Specs stars too?
No, that's the uninhabited archipelago.
Ooh.
A DeLorean-era symbol of Insulinda, known as the face in the sea.
Looks old. What's it still doing here?
After 44 years? That's not nearly enough to hide what happened here, Lieutenant Gefreiter.
Yikes.
One of these barrels was still leaking fuel, as you saw. The city is full of things like this. Old bullets, guns, fuel.
Yeah, we found some of those guns ourselves. We have seen some of them. You recognize the little birch from the coin-operated viewer. No way to get up there. The stairs are gone. Alright, we go inside again. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh yes, this is a new door. A new door, a new door and a new chance. Alright, what's this?
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift, with makeshift electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall to your right. The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel, checking for warmth.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
Where do the wires lead?
Downstairs, somewhere?
What kind of generator is this?
Liquid carbon. I would imagine it takes mazout. The kind that's favored by vagrants and fuel thieves. It's been a long winter, long and cold.
If anyone stayed here, they'd need a generator.
Tap on the side.
A hollow ring. The canister is empty. Dust falls from the generator and down into the ammo lift.
Oh, hydrate. Thank you, Epic Burrito. Thanks for the hydrate redeem. Water is beautiful. Water is beautiful and perfect and lovely. And very important for life. So thank you. All right. What does it mean, the generator?
I don't know. I'm not a philosopher.
What does it mean, Kim? Hi, Epic Burrito. How am I doing? I'm doing okay. It's been kind of a busy week, but I'm managing. How are you?
That is his idea of a joke.
Ha ha ha, Kim. Very funny. I am a philosopher. This generator proves the universe is material. Oh yeah, we heal health when we kick things. I totally forgot.
Minuscule bones may have fractured, but it proves the point.
I totally forgot that was actually worthwhile. Doing good as well. I'm glad you're doing well. So it's been one of those weeks, you know. Been a long and sleepy week. But yeah, ouch for the wounded toe.
He nods approvingly.
Oh.
He even smiles.
Wait. Does Kim, he likes our joke? He was like, haha, he played into the joke. That's funny. He kicked himself and hurt his toe. That's real funny. I like it. You know, he's smiling at me, and so I'll take it. I'll take it, whatever. Any approval I will take. Alright, why is it here?
Someone with basic electrical skills has restored it in order to keep the room warm.
The wind outside picks up suddenly, with a faint howl. Inside, it's warm.
Alright, leave. Alright, we're gonna have to sleep. Have our dream. Books, mostly fantastic and historical fiction. Dishes stained with sauce and fire. A survivor's kitchen. Ooh, more clothes. Found clothes. Yeah, the last dream. It was cool to actually go through one more day and see the thing saying, like, the last dream. A scarf. +2 empathy. What? What are the checks to see the phasmid? The first one is perception, but that one wasn't that hard. It's electrochemistry, right? Is it I think it's electrochemistry to see the phasmid, right? We've done this once before. Sadly, it's your time to have dreams too. Have a good night, Yella. I hope it goes well for you. Just save scum? Yeah, but I could also just put on the correct clothes. If I get, if I just put on the correct clothes, that'll also help. Alright, see ya next time. Have a good night. Alright, what's this? What's a check? Internet? Internet? Inland? What is it? Why does this thing not tell me what the checks are? We gotta get the bug. It's very important that we get the bug. Electrochemistry. Okay, yeah, it's electrochemistry and Inland Empire. Alright, we can do that. These gloves, electrochemistry. Let's go. Electrochemistry and Inland Empire. Alright, anything? Oh, those have Inland Empire? Oh, but that's minus perception, which we don't want. Okay, electrochemistry. I don't think we have a whole lot that gives Inland Empire. Oh, this one. Oh yeah, but that one, wait, this is shirt. Or jacket, yeah. Okay. This is a very strange set of clothing that we're wearing right now. We're wearing a really horrible set of clothing right now. I feel like I should put this shirt on just to be funny. There we go. Truly a terrible set of clothes.
Books and magazines lie scattered on the floor and on a makeshift cupboard. They are not particularly well organized.
Sift through them.
Most are soft covers, serialized fantastique and detective stories from the 20s and 30s. This disparate digest includes the classic Animal Adventures.
Ah, yes, Animal Adventures.
Popular depictions of man versus nature by amateur naturalists T&T Harpin, husband and wife. widely read by people from all walks of life. Who doesn't like nature? Who doesn't want to survive?
Who doesn't want to survive?
Among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories, you find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then it's back to pulp. Light erotica, an international thriller about circuit benders.
What even are circuit benders?
Someone's made themselves a home.
All right, conceptualization, 58%?
Oh yes,
Ooh.
under the bed, there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory, that is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Ouzia. It's not exactly like reading.
Look, Kim, a book. Left wing. I have no comments. Do you?
Ouzia. Humanitarian sciences. Stands out. Not a lot of critical theory around in Ravachol West anymore.
Your incendiary remark has failed to provoke me. Wasn't there some in the communist students' room?
A student in the apartment building seemed to have some as well.
Well, yes. That one student did.
2 communists. They exist. There's 2 of them. Must be a connection, Kim.
The little books seem inconsequential next to the big pile of frivolous entertainment covering them.
Critical theory books. What do you think this means?
Again, I am not a philosopher, but whoever has lived here, they have some education and a certain set of interests.
Interesting.
They're a communist. All right, we're done. We have figured out that the communist is a communist. You see candles planted on a broken rangefinder. A moth-bitten bedsheet keeps the wind out. All right, it's time for the last dream.
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft cover books. White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out caracol blanket.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
How recently?
You force the rest of the sentence out through pain, thick as molasses, no longer able to hear yourself speak.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead.
Maybe a little shut-eye. Just an hour.
You face the concrete wall. There's less light there, in the dark corner. Like a dog, you lie there.
Curl up with your knees close to your chest.
The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour maybe. The sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Your eyelids close. Until you feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's evening.
It's evening.
Sleep.
I wish. Oh my gosh, we're gonna go through the last dream actually dressed like this? Terrible. We're a fuck up even in our own dream. The lieutenant is no longer here. Go outside to the beach. Is that this way or is it the other way? I think it's the other way. I don't seem to be able to go down this way. Or go out. What does it have to say? The door is still here. Closed. Feels strange somehow. You can't get in. Are we still limping or are we okay? We're certainly walking slowly. Alright, the sound of the beach, the beautiful music, and the beautiful art. For the last dream, the last of them all. Wait, the beach is this way. Whoops. Wrong way. Wrong way. Oh. Go down to the chain. There's something there. Where's the chain? This way? Am I lost again? This way? Wait. It said go down to the chain, but where's the chain? Alright, I can scroll out. Hey, this isn't helping. Is it back the other direction we came from? That's where the chain was, right? No, I can't click that way. I'm lost in my own dream. It's gotta be some way this way, right? Or is it this way? It might be. No. No. No? We'll find it eventually. For now, we can just listen to the pretty music. Oh, there it is. Is that the chain? We can certainly... Oh, this looks right. It's like glittery. Walk into the water now. Oh, yeah. Okay, we found it. What's this? What's it? You see her footprints on the water. Huh? Further. Further. There she is. Our beautiful wife.
Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face you. She has an airship airbag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry.
Yeah, what the fuck is right? This is the last dream.
Okay, don't say you need to talk right away. Melt the ice first. This way you're already talking. But you don't even want to talk to her. She would only be cold and mean. Let her go.
Oh.
Let her go. This is the holy queen of the territories of Muindi and Insulinda. Think of the historic knowledge we could glean. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win her back.
Yeah, she is really beautiful. Win our beautiful wife, the queen, back. Hey.
Hey.
How are you doing?
I'm doing really good, actually. Both professionally and romantically.
It's not us.
I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. Well, how are you doing, Harry?
I'm not doing very well.
Oh, don't say that. I know this positive thing sounds stupid to you, Harry, but it works. We all have an obligation to be happy. You too. And you will be. Now.
Something is off.
I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to...
Don't have time to talk to me? Where are you going?
I'm going to Morova. To live there, in Grad. It's 1,000,000 kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime.
Another lifetime without me, and we're wearing the worst clothes. What's in the bag?
Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents, the crown of immortality.
Crown of immortality? Aren't you already wearing one?
Oh, this?
Yeah?
This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say. Then, over her shoulder, silence. Her nuptial gown flows in the wind, wraps around her holy body.
Anyway.
Her skin is holy and soft. That's so creepy. Oh my gosh, I'm doing it anyway.
No, Harry. It's just regular skin. I'm not as beautiful as you always thought I was. Let's not get into.
Let's not. I'm sorry I said that.
It's okay.
Can you stay for a moment? We need to talk. We need to have one more massive, epic showdown.
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive, epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really.
Please.
We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us. Our love. Our unborn daughters.
Oh no, our unborn daughters.
It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
Our brain is telling us we're in hell without our beautiful wife.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
That's not a good way for things to be.
It's not. But
what? Tell me there's something good.
I don't know why I said but. There is no but.
That's it?
That's it, yes. We've talked about it a million times. You will get over it, just like I did. People do. Things will get good for you again.
I don't think we're getting over it.
Where in hell?
Yeah.
Stop. You're only making it worse for him. You never help with anything.
I think I've reached the end of the investigation.
See? It just takes some time. For you, I think it'll take something like 20 years, maybe. It was hard for me, too. I used to think I couldn't live without you. But I can.
20 years is a lot of time.
Yes. It only took me 1 year, maybe 2. Phew.
Oof. So you felt that way once, that you cannot live without me.
Yes. But that time is gone now. So very gone.
Oof. It doesn't have to be like this. Maybe we could try again?
No, Harry. We can't.
Why?
We already tried again, and it didn't work.
Is that how it is now? We should just try all good things twice, and then give up. By that logic, not you too.
What went wrong when we tried again? I can do it better.
I don't know. Please.
Why? Why can't we be together?
Harry, we can't be together because you're insane.
Insane? Like what? Like cool insane?
They're turning moist now. Her eyes. She slowly shakes her head and tries to get a hold of herself, brushing her hands in her gown.
What do you mean by insane?
You know what I mean.
Everyone gets a little down.
A little down? You've worked there for so long, you can't even talk like a normal person anymore. It's always lists with you. Questions.
They're not lists, they're trees.
This is another one, isn't it? We're in a tree right now.
No.
It's not just the lists or trees or whatever. You get sad, Harry. Too sad. People can't get that sad. It's impossible to watch.
Everyone gets sad sometimes.
Other people get sad too, but not like you. You stayed down for too long. You only communicated with encyclopedic trivia.
Oof, yeah.
I was so alone.
That's true.
In conclusion, you're ill. You're an old, insane man. And you have to be in hell until the end of your life. And I have to go to Morova.
He's leaving us again. I get the feeling you're not really Dolores Day.
I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day?
You're the morning.
The morning? I don't understand.
No, I meant mourning. I'm grieving that you're not even dead.
Oh my god, Harry, stop. I don't want to hear anything about the morning. Mourning someone who's still alive. Any of that. I can't do that anymore. I'm not 80 years old, I'm 32. People my age are not supposed to mourn.
You're the ex something.
Wasn't I Dolores Day just a second ago? Now I'm the ex thing? You're confusing me. Look, I have to be at the Lausanne Aerodrome at 10:20 p.m. I still have a light rail to catch.
You're in my dream and time doesn't exist.
I haven't even bought the tickets yet.
I'm glad we're having this conversation. I'm getting so much closure.
I'm glad too, but I have to go. My friends are waiting for me on the platform. I can't let them wait. It's impolite.
Cool, your friends? Say hi to your friends for me then.
I will.
1,000 times you beat an animal. 1,000 times you've raised that fabric. What is underneath has always calmed you, centered you, made you sane. In your mind, you could still climb inside her bed. Still the only man.
Nope. On second thought, you're Dolores Day, Queen Regnant of the territories of Mundi and Insulinde, and nothing else.
Yes, Harry. I am. Things have gotten much better for me, now that I am the ruler of the known world. Oh God, it's already so late. I have to go, Harry.
No.
A tiny golden watch with red straps around her bony little wrists.
Brought you this figure of the headless Found Rider.
I don't want it. It looks expensive. I don't want it.
I thought you liked figurines. I thought the figurines were for getting you back.
That's not what figurines do, Harry.
But then the figurines don't do anything.
She looks at the headless Found Rider between your fingers and doesn't know what to say.
Okay, I won't give you things then.
I didn't ask for things. It's too late to give me anything. I would have liked the headless fallen rider back then.
But you said I have a vast soul and you will always come back to it.
We both said a lot of things. We were very young.
It was her. I can feel it. I can see it in her tender long fingers, in her wrists. Her hand wrote it, said those things.
It doesn't matter. Or well, actually, you didn't say it, you wrote it. In a letter, in a handwritten letter. I kept it in my paperwork.
As Queen Regnant, I write a lot of letters.
You need to recite it to her. For effect. All of it. No summaries.
Rhetoric.
Yeah. Put a stake through your heart. She'll get hurt too. Collateral damage.
That's not good for us.
She won't get hurt. She'll bend out of the way.
Yeah, let's just summarize. You know what I mean. You left me a letter saying you'll always come back to me, that you can't believe how happy you are with me.
Okay, Harry. Okay. It was morning and you slept. The room smelled of cigarettes and Rowans. There was hoarfrost on the ground when I left. It was autumn, the first one we had together. But you have to understand, it was 1,000,000 years ago. No, it was 100 million years ago. I was someone else then, filled to the brim with love for you, hanging on your every word. Oh, Harry, you were the coolest. But I am no longer that person. This has taken her place. It will devour you. Harry, I will eat your mind.
The light of the video rental shines through her dress now. A DeLorean figure, cut in black, moves below. It's still her. Her legs, her breasts, her hips.
I was cool?
The coolest. With your leather jacket and your boot-cut pants, smoking in the bus stop. I wanted you to be the rest of my life that day. And you were. Some of it, at least. You were my first kiss. My first time to have sex.
Dang.
The first and worst time I fell in love. I will always have that with me. It's a fact. But that is all it is. It's like a ticket stub, Harry. It doesn't do anything anymore.
A ticket stub?
Yes, let's talk about that too. Let's bring it up, the zoo. In Le Jardin, the day we went east of the river, to the aquarium first. I was sad about my mother. I don't even know why. The shimmer of the fish tank on my face. The octopuses.
It's so beautiful.
It was just a day then, but to think. Were we there now, you could touch my hair, kiss me, talk to me about anything, go virtually anywhere in the world. Not like now. Now our interactions are limited to pain and regret.
Can't you turn back into the person you were? I can see her in you, under the gown and the wreath.
And my crown of immortality. No. You scared her out of me. With your crying, the awful time we wound up having. And the cheap rental flats you could afford. Can't you see? I can never think you're cool again. I can only think that way about new people.
But we're cool.
A cheap rental with mold on the walls and the tap dripping.
It won't help anyway.
Nothing will. I've been poisoned by newspaper and news. All I can do is scream at them and think of her secretly.
What now? What happens now? What is the next thing we talk about?
Is there really anything left? If not, we can always repeat one of the things we have already talked about. Talk about it again. If you do not feel like doing that, then you should let me go to the aerodrome.
Alright, I know you still love me. Oh god, our clothes are so terrible for this.
With your feet trembling from the steps you took, tepid and fearful, you stand against her, her body close to you, radiating warmth. With your eyes closed, you move your lips on her mouth. She is not kissing you back.
But I succeeded?
This was not about failure or success. This was always going to be horror. I should not have suggested it. You should not have listened to me.
I feel her breath.
Her chest rising like a pillow. Warm exhalations against the side of your mouth. Her tender soul moving through her lungs.
Her cheek against mine.
Feels like soft fuzz. A bird covered in down feathers. Brushing against your broken capillaries.
Yeah, maybe not the best success. Our clothes are so silly. Maybe not the best success.
The world's most precious material, reserved for those she lets close enough to feel it. You are stealing a touch. It's not yours to take.
Cold silver against my forehead.
A delicate wreath on her forehead, pressing into your temple. The silver is cold from the spring evening air.
Yeah, the most tepid of successes. Squeeze her wrist.
Her hand does not return the grip. Her body is rigid.
Oof.
A current of unease courses through it. Distrust. For you. The curve of her spine. Her shoulders hunched. She keeps herself stiff. Her center guarded from your motions. Unresponsive to your guidance.
Move your mouth.
Nothing. Just pillows against you. Unresponsive, but for the taste of apricots.
Alright, let's bail. Time to bail. You're not kissing me back?
The moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours.
Forever. Oh, we didn't trip over our feet. That's a success.
Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew and you held on to her hand, she tried not to look at your face and see the expression there.
Oh no, it hurts.
Brother, You should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you.
Suggestion you do that a lot. Alright, that's it then.
No, Harry. Not yet. There is one more thing you have to see. I'm pregnant.
Oh no. Is it mine?
Of course not.
Oh no.
I terminated yours.
Oh no.
Don't you remember? You poor fuck. Poverty-stricken fuck. Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions. Let's talk about something else.
No, this has to end. Do the last one.
Yeah, suggestion, my brother in Christ, you should not have listened to a thing I said. Oh, okay.
More questions.
No,
Ask more.
we're done. We're saying don't go.
I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30. I'm gonna go now.
Lies, sire. She cannot but love you. She has said so 100 times.
Drama is wrong. Drama's always wrong. Is it mine? I'm glad I could give you joy. I don't think we had that prompt last time from her. Alright, wait, can't we sit down and have a coffee first? There's a cafeteria on the corner.
No. That would only be painful and dull. At the aerodrome, life, love, and laughter are waiting for me. At the cafeteria, dust, hell, and tragic comedy.
Tragic comedy is good too. Tragic comedy is fun too. Alright, hold on, Minerva. Hold on. What is there to do in Mirova?
Light, life, culture. It's so much better than here. Everything here reminds me of you and the horrible times we had. The nights we stayed up fighting for our dying love. I have to wipe it all off me and be clean again. I want to be a good person again. Not this. Not what you made me into.
You don't want me to let you go? Not really. You asked me not to.
That was someone else. I betrayed her, overwrote her, and I'm happier for it. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight.
Will we ever see each other again?
I won't see you, but you will see me.
How can that be?
Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Mirova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? A year? 2? 5 years ago?
A lot more years than that, I think. How will I see you again, then?
Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental.
We'll have Kim after this, and Kim can help protect us from the scary dreams.
I'm suffocatingly beautiful. And young. And I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum. Like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness. After leaving you the first time. So long ago.
I like this.
Oh yes. This is real darkness. It's not death, or war, or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. This is good. This is fine. This is so fine. We're so okay with this. Us, Harry Dubois, am so okay with the situation right now. Kim, please. Kim. Please, Kim. Save us.
You're up quick. How was your sleep?
My sleep was deep and invigorating, trying to cover up the blood seeping out with our hands.
Of course. I was just thinking maybe you've torn your stitches. Are you ready to move on?
It was total... it was total annihilation, Kim.
I did not want to wake you. Perhaps I should have? Was it a job dream?
Oh, an ex-wife dream, Kim.
The lieutenant nods, solemnly.
Yeah, you wouldn't understand, Kim. Let's just spit out the blood and get back to work. You're a badass like that.
Okay.
Okay. Kim, I'm a badass. Please, Kim. Alright, we gotta go over here to look at the door. Magnesium, thank goodness. Ooh, more magnesium? Alright.
You see a small metal door nested inside a larger one. A heavy steel blast door. There is a conventional keyhole above the handle. It's very small.
What's on the other side?
Another part of the island, probably. The lock looks like it could still be usable.
How do we open it?
Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open.
No. Okay, we have the
He's
bigger door.
right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling. It must control the blast door.
You're right. We opened the big one. Do you see controls anywhere?
I think there's a console just southeast. Let's look around. Getting the blast door open seems like the best plan.
Hell yeah. More door openings. Thank goodness. What is this? Thing in the middle. I cannot interact with that. Alright, console.
Green paint flicks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard.
Run your fingers across the keyboard.
The keys rattle like teeth.
Get
This
it.
keyboard hasn't been functioning.
The console of an anti-computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out. They terminate here.
Could this open the blast door?
Possibly. Urgence, ouvert, allumé, radio diffusé. It sounds like this device was used to control the electronics here. Maybe it still does.
This device was used to control the electronics in the room. It could open doors, control lights, function as a radio computer.
Turn emergency open.
We need to restore power before using this, officer. The generator, it didn't look like there was fuel in it. We should look around outside. There are barrels all over. Maybe one of them still has something in it.
The boat engine.
We could take it from the boat engine?
But officer, then we would have to swim back to the mainland. Let's just look around, okay?
The consul stands by, mutely.
Swim back to the mainland in our icy cold water. In these clothes. These beautiful, wonderful clothes. It's giving me a lot of magnesium. That's kind of ominous. It's like, you need the healing. You're going into some shit, and you need the healing. A firing slit. You can't see inside. Alright, now our real life encounter. Non-dream encounter. We did remember what it looks like pretty well though, you know? Accurate memory in our dream, which is honestly pretty impressive. I feel like I don't have that in my dreams, you know? Like, it'll be like the same location, but it's like fucked up.
A strange feeling, looking at the water. Maybe you should just wander off into the sea. Leave it all and walk in with a bottle in your hand.
Why?
Perhaps there's someone there, under the water, waiting for you, where it has always been. Maybe. You know it's going to hurt.
But it's cold.
Yes, cold and still. But love is warm, like the inside of her mouth.
No, 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 no.
Yes, yes, yes,
No,
yes.
no, 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 no.
No, no.
No, no.
We're not starting with that. Not now. Not this time. This thought is over.
Raise your head.
In the still mirror of the bay, you see Martinez, reflected. Tall edifices of ruins reach into the water, like shimmering towers. And the shacks too. Pine trees and motor lorries, upside down. Islets and posts, like stepping stones, lead into the water in front of you. Go. Step in. It's been too long.
We can't say yes. We can't agree to it. We have to say no. I'm kind of tempted. But the game physically does not allow me. The winch is broken. Rust has eaten what remains of the chain. How do I get over here? How do we go across? There's some way to get around. Ah, we can go up here. Well, it's tempting to just walk into the sea, you know? I feel like the sea's kind of scary. Like in real life, it's like, it's so huge. Oh. The pain in your pelvis makes you wince, then you continue. Like the sea is so giant and so large and so cold. Oh. The depot that supplied this chain is long gone from the coast.
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits like two eyes in the wall.
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to shoot from.
Sure does. Inspect the mattress.
A single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns. And an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts.
Pick one out of the can.
The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Tio Moteri.
Tio Moteri, like the ones we found at Land's End, huh?
I may have been wrong when I said it was important. This means the same person could have visited both locations. I didn't see any signs of smoking inside, though. If people live there, they keep it tidy. This here may also be a smoking spot.
Inspect the wall.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window.
Touch the concrete first.
Quite old and grimy from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain.
Since we're almost done with the game, what to play next? I was thinking of playing Valhalla next, after this. It's like a cyberpunk... I don't know if it's mystery, but it's like cyberpunk bartending game, and I've heard really good things. So I think Valhalla is the next on the list. But there's a lot of great games. Alright, look through the hole in the concrete.
The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out.
Ooh, Valhalla's so good. Yeah, I've heard people say really good things about it, and so I'm excited to check it out. It seems like a game I would like, you know, a fun thing to do. Alright, it'd be triple prime, we found it!
A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water. The ruins look familiar.
Alright, Valhalla approved by chat. Thank you, thank you. Alright, on the left.
A towering skyscraper. Its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside apartments. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A and 33B.
On the right?
The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the Whirling in Rags. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 10. The doomed commercial area.
And between the two?
The box-shaped silhouette of the Whirling in Rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop. Sunlight reflecting off the upstairs window of Clausia's room.
Motherfucker.
What does that mean? Do you have line of sight to the window?
Yep, there's an opening between 33A and 10. I can see to the roof.
I can see it. Through the scope of a rifle. The shooter would be prone, lying on the mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure.
Cheek against the cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger. On a calm day like this.
Kim, I could make it. I could make the shot.
Good. I think we have it, Detective. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
We found it.
Affirmative.
Finally.
In our defense, nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere.
You're right.
He looks north, over the fortification, then at the mattress.
Could the shooter still be here?
Where?
On this island.
He does not answer, just nods. With his back hunched, he looks around once more and says,
The shooter is among us.
We should move now.
Alright, turn away. A weathered artillery map showing coordinates in the Bay of Revachol. And there's our fuel. An old medicine cabinet newly stocked with Dramamine. And we get all the Dramamine and a little money. Alright, we go. After it gives us tons of healing. Kind of terrifying. But we know what comes next. Oh, we gotta go around. Little slow little baby steps. Other tired little legs. Honestly, kind of relatable of tired little legs. The fashion is so horrendous. Oh my gosh, I keep seeing us walking and it's just like, no. Why are we dressed like this? Water rushes below, far below. Alright, generator. And Kim with us the whole way. Oh, we have to go around the long way. Alright, we may as well check that single little thing here. Careful, these stairs have collapsed. Alright, what's this one? Oh, we have to go this way. Alright. This was once an armament rest. Alright, fuel.
This old cylindrical generator waits with its fuel cap open. Makeshift electrical wiring runs out of its side and across the floor.
Pour fuel into the tank.
The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a chemical smell.
Oh, Kim helps us.
There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The lieutenant flicks the switch.
Pull the rope.
The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
Alright, we're good. We can do it. We can do it. Time to go confront our shooter. Once we can get our slow little feet to walk all the way around to open the door. Oh. Twin cannons were attached here. Medium distance, large caliber.
A dim golden glow animates the console. Faint, like a ghost light. Urgence ouvert reads one dial key. Allumer reads another.
It's on. Turn emergency open.
Automatic boot.
Turn emergency open.
The blast
doing
door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
Ooh, it is a big door.
After you.
After you. What's there?
I don't know.
A thin wisp of smoke rises from a charred black fire pit. The wind picks up, then dies down again.
What if we get in another fight?
Don't worry. I have a gun.
I also have a gun.
I know. It was not easy to acquire.
Let's go. We both have guns, Kim. That's the one difference this time, is that I get to tell Kim I have a gun. Alright, we're going. End of the game. What's over here? A rubber dinghy. It's deflated, broken. Small white flowers blossom around you. The same flowers as on the roof, perhaps?
An old man, wearing tracksuit trousers, leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours, unclouded by cataracts. His eyesight is sharp.
You've retained your eyesight.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
Did you close the blast doors?
I did. And you opened it. How?
I fueled the generator and used the console.
I should have burned that console down.
How did you know I was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
Yeah, that was me. That was me, yeah.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
It wasn't reactionary, it was cool.
The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hip gyrating, mental illness music.
Fuck yeah. Alright, nice gun you got there. Pity if someone were to also have a gun.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Is that a Bell McGrave?
It's a 3-angong.
Well,
446.
we're wrong.
Southeast Samarin made. Exotic. Must be defunct too. No modern rifle manufacturer of that name springs to mind.
Wild that it still works, you know? I feel like I don't expect guns to like still function for like 40 years or whatever.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune. Military aid.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
The Sinyao commune?
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk wiped from the board.
Of course.
He's right. Almost no one remembers there was a third metastasis of the world revolution in the Safarid Empire, extinguished in 06.
Valhalla's one of the best games ever. Yeah, everyone says it's really good. I'm really excited to try it and play it. Seems like a really fun thing. And like nicely kind of in the same vein as Disco, so that'll be nice. Maybe you have been poking me over playing it. You have been. I'm excited to give it a try. But alright, we'll not push him over the Sinyao commune.
It's almost as if they were never there. Only the rifle remains, cradled by the old man.
Your weapon has stayed true to you. Mine has stayed true to me too. There has never been a day when I have not had my gun. Absolutely none of them.
Yes, I bet you've killed a lot of people with it. You fascist fuck.
I have zero fascism.
Have you come to make me one of them?
I have 0 points in fascism.
His right eye twitches. With what? Fear? Rage?
We have come to ask you questions, nothing more. If you do not comply, we will take you in. Do you understand?
Kim acting like a real cop. Oh no. Sir, put your gun down so we can talk further. We are with the police.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
We're never gonna pass this. There's no point in putting anything to an authority. We're never gonna pass this. Okay, but keep it down while we talk. We'll turn to Kim. Hey, Kim?
The lieutenant aims his pistol square at the man's forehead.
Hey, Kim?
Put it down now, sir.
Or you're gonna blow my brains out before you question me. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
That's probably why we're still alive.
Like an amputated limb in the sand.
Ouch.
He stares on, his wrinkled mouth moving without a sound. A strange sadness, like a song.
What did you say?
The future teaches you to be alone.
That's just your future, bro.
The present.
Let him say it. He can say
The
it.
present to be afraid and cold.
Those words.
Real music. Real brilliant cult. That's La Revacholière, not your rock and roll misanthropy. Chanson de soldat of the black and whites.
I like our rock and roll misanthropy.
Marching song.
I'm not a misanthrope. I am a half-dead police officer who is doing his job.
The job of a shitlicker.
Understood.
You don't understand anything.
Alright, we can pick up his gun.
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stocked and patched in places with tape and wire. Still warm from his parched hands. Not the metal. The metal is ice cold. This weapon has been modified several times.
Inspect it closer.
The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangong, 4.46mm, made in Sinyao.
It's as he said, it's a Triangong made in Sinyao.
Worn. Personalized even. Looks like this weapon has seen a lot of use, hasn't it, sir?
No response from the old man. The plastic cape around his shoulders rustles in a small bout of wind.
This uses jacketed ammunition, 4.46.
Jacketed. Military-grade ammunition. Stable in flight. Good for hitting something that's very, very far away.
The rifle has been patched several times.
I wonder how old it is.
The old man does not answer. He just stares in front of him.
We're poking at his baby and he's upset with us. His poor baby gun. Alright, we're keeping your baby, sir.
The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession. In time.
Alright, who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
Oh, he's willing to surrender, thank goodness.
The Commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? You're a holdover from the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the Army of the Revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in 07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in 08.
Yeah, I didn't get to do a whole lot. Was not in the war for very long.
I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the Commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
He's been on this island for 43 years.
No. I've been on other islands, too.
Very important distinction there, sir.
I was in Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was on E48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
Well, it's a very long time to be on this one island. You've been in hiding for 43 years.
43 years and 10 months.
That's a lot. That is the entire length of my life.
It's too long. It's not how a human being should live. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
He's like living the life of like a farming sim game. Out on this island away from everybody, just like gathering food, fishing. just having his own little farming sim out in the real world.
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, people walk home. Street lights will soon be lit. Further inland, the streets are alive with workers, men, women, children, street hawks and migrant laborers. The temperature is steady. Alto cumulus clouds form above Precinct 41.
Always waiting.
For what?
For her to return.
Wait, who?
Her who?
Girl child. Revolution.
Yes. Yeah, Hana MVP for telling me about Valhalla, convincing me to actually play after it's been on my list for like forever. For like over a year, easily. Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. Alright, we come from the mainland, and that is not what people are planning.
I am not a fool. I know. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind.
By having unions.
The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try, whatever I do.
You said you deserted your unit.
I was just 16 years old, 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage,
Alright,
too.
Texan accent. One sec. I need to actually figure out how to do a timer on screen. For now, timer on my phone. Starting now. Alright, so you have a lapse of faith?
You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the
Thank you for the redeem, Epic
and thought
Burrito.
Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism. A second is all it took
For what?
for reaction to take hold.
What's reaction?
Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men.
It wasn't reaction, you were just afraid.
It's the same thing. You haven't seen it. Not really. Not naked. It's impossible not to be afraid.
I mean, yeah, that seems about right.
It remains unclear what it is. He makes leaps he doesn't expect you to follow.
Something about the war.
And this was when?
Was when?
May the 13th, 08. 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky and it looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic.
Dark magic.
The combined might of
Dark
international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower, huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
What then?
I ran. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers underground, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened of the ordnance all night and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring.
What was that?
Airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too. Shattered. They'd all drowned in the lower levels or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was real. I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality.
Alright, I'm going to keep the Texan accent going for a while because, like, we haven't really been talking that much because this guy's been talking a lot. But, like, alright, we've talked about this guy enough about his war horrors. It's kind of a lot.
Does not say more. Those black eyes of his keep piercing you as he looks to some great distance and shakes his head slowly, retreating from it.
What is this place? This island?
It's not an island, Dwight. It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
Nah, I don't mind doing the Texan accent for a little bit longer. It's like, we weren't talking very much. It's like more fun to do it when we're actually talking, you know. rather than when this guy is just talking to us about random stuff. So, yeah, it'll go until whenever I feel like stopping, by the way. Whenever I forget, probably. What was it used for?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world.
You mean the landing? Retaking of Revachol?
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
First of all, I am not one of them.
Sure you are. You're RCM. Answer me. Who calls an operation against 50 million people Deathblow?
Murderers. I know what you mean.
You don't know. You haven't seen it. Iblis.
Understood. Iblis?
He nods. Shaitan Ahura, the darkened one.
The darkened one. Alright. How have you survived all this time?
How does anyone survive? I steal.
What do you steal?
Supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool.
Lovely.
He does seem frail. Gaunt for his age. More like 75 than 65. Trouble putting on weight could mean cancer.
Or it could just mean that you're, like, getting food from random, like you're having to steal all your food to survive. Could also mean that, you know?
The RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
It's a real gun. We shot someone with it.
We also have Druamine.
We have Druamine. And opiate-based painkillers.
I have been running out of that stuff.
Because I took it all from you. I took all of your Druamine that you had around the island, and it's all mine now. This is a serious situation. You need to be looked over, and we can do it.
There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. Moribund.
How have you coped mentally?
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of...
Oof, rip.
I don't even know what. Inferno?
I also have holes in my brain. Oh wait, the lieutenant's about to say something. We'll let him go.
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult, mentally, to live in isolation.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of this city turn the lights back on more and more each year. Ruins, glimmering in the dark, like a fucking merry-go-round.
Life gets hard, but we go on.
It's disgusting.
How have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the Thames. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
Yikes.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Coal City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Marsov coursing through their veins. And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequency's dead.
You're dropping a lot of lore on us, and my brain is mushy. And it's not doing a very good job of keeping up with all this lore that this man is dropping on us. But alright, how'd you get between here and the mainland?
At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They started snitching.
Snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I just...
Yeah, why don't you? There's food.
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
We're all animals. It's fine. A weapons cache under St. Ghislaine 22B in the basement. Have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right?
They were.
Useless now. Rusted away.
Yep.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walked across. Wait, how did he get down there?
Yeah, how'd you access the building? It's locked. At least now it is.
I didn't have to. Came in through the storm
Oh,
drains.
God.
Storm drains?
There used to be a system that connected the bunkers, tunnels and such, under the church and everywhere.
Wow.
Most of them are gone now. Collapsed. Just bricks. All the old infrastructure has...
Holy shit, this man just climbing out of the storm drains like a cryptid. Insane. We get to meet 2 cryptids today. Right, there's a small bunker under the Feld building. Have you stayed there?
The propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2
Oh
young
no.
boys.
Killed themselves.
A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
One more question. Do you smoke Tio Mortiri cigarettes?
I do.
Ever smoke them on the mainland?
They're good. Plenty of tar. I
It
like
is
that
him.
boy on the pack, too. Reminds me of the last century.
It's all connected, Kim. It's all connected. Tell me another thing.
The old man looks across the water, at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
You said this was your termless surrender.
You're with the RCM, the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol.
We are with the RCM, and let's leave it at that.
Let's. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, the Parti Communiste d'Ancelon.
Well, we're the one with the guns, so I think we win this time.
Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
Bro, I did nothing of the sort.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire pit. Rene, the royalist on the coast, said,
The communards signed the Revacholian Instrument of Surrender.
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been burned alive. I answer to the Communist Party.
And he answers to whatever he wants to believe he answers to at this point.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender?
He just wipes the blood from his chin.
Understood.
I don't think you did. You live in a delusion. Radio shows, speed racing, and sporting goods. It's not real.
So you're a communist soldier from the communist army?
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
But you said you were trained and assigned to the Defense Corps.
Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
Wait, what does a political commissar even do?
The old man does not answer. He tilts his silver head and looks at the reeds. You see a small tremor pass through his legs.
Your man's kind of fucked up.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the Commune.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is a knight philosopher of the revolution. A future human.
That means you're a trained communist, right?
He nods slowly. Then another tremor.
Say nothing. Oof. I have another serious question for you.
There's nothing serious in this world.
All right,
It's
I'm
a
gonna
farce.
take a pause and save the game so that we can like
I
save
ain't
Scum
going
effectively.
anywhere.
Because we might need to save Scum in order to get the Phasmid stuff. So I want a save right here. All right, going back.
Millions of capital. What do you want?
What have you been using this gun for?
I've used it for killing people.
Uh-huh.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that.
He's defending his ideals.
I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended. Okay.
We're making progress.
Go in straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first.
Okay.
Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
Which one do I say?
Nothing comes to you.
We just stare.
Silence. His black eyes look at you, and in them a chill, like electricity running up your spine,
Ooh.
crawling into your skull.
What?
All is not as it seems.
All is not as it seems?
Detective.
So, okay. So you're saying you killed people after active fighting stopped?
What did I just say?
Okay.
What did I just tell you? Don't drop the ball.
Okay, did you
now.
use the gun to shoot and kill Colonel? Yeah, he's had a hard time. Like, this guy has had a fucked up life. He, like, joined the war at, like, 15, 16 and saw, like, a bunch of fucked up shit. And then has just been fucked up for the rest of his life because of it. And this is where he is now. And, like, it's just kind of sad more than anything else, you know? It's just, like, turns out seeing war when you're 15 or 16 is not good for the brain. And he's just fucked up now. Alright, sir. Did you kill the Colonel of Kreno?
The who now?
The guy you shot.
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it again. This is dramatic flair on his part.
Alright.
Choice.
The corpse.
In. Do it, sire.
Corpse in ceramic armor hanging behind the whirling in rags.
Oh, yes. That one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Mm-hmm.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
It doesn't mean anything.
Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. Get a confession. The gun. The murder weapon is the perfect opener. The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember.
The flowers!
Something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first.
I don't need your cooperation. We've got the gun, the murder weapon in our hands. Heh.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistol. I've seen you prance around with that. Jumping hoops for the liberals. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons? Going against automatic rifles with these toy guns. Of course you got those boys killed.
Hey, that's not called for. We tried.
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen.
Mm-hmm.
He would have a good view of the tribunal from here. It's not just empty boasting.
Yikes.
So he saw you. Okay.
We
so what?
saved some of them.
Don't let...
You didn't handle anything. I watched it happen. You let those murderers rip right into them. Got most of them killed. Even the fat one.
I guess.
None of those people mean anything to you. The vultures feed on this city, and you prepare the meal for them.
We're trying.
You're getting diverted. Push the gun. Only the gun matters.
All right, back
So
to the
you
gun.
watched the fight. Did you like what you saw? The mayhem. It was all your doing, your plan. You got them killed.
Oh, good one, Kim. Good one, Kim. Hit him back. Hit him back with that.
You don't know anything.
All right, stop changing the subject. We have your murder weapon.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
I'm calling it. We have the murder weapon.
Good. This feels good, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Telling things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Oh, Kim.
Murder.
Murder.
This pushed him, but not enough. Just a little more.
We've done the ballistics. The shot came from this island.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like the view?
No, actively did not.
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession.
Mm-hmm.
You've been here a long time, Mr. Druss. Too long. You clearly need medical aid.
We can give you medical aid.
I'm ready to die. I've done my part.
You could die high as fuck on morphine and in no pain, and it would be fine.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascists. Done his part.
Hello, Tech. Good morning. Good morning. It's like nighttime for me. Time zones are so confusing.
Just one thing remains unclear. The rifle does not seem to have a scope.
Where's the scope for your rifle, bro?
Forget about your stupid fucking scope. I don't know where it is. Find it yourself. It's your problem now.
I hope your morning is going well, Tech. We're at the very end of this game. We're like less than an hour from being done, I think. So if you don't want spoilers, this is very spoilers.
He lost it. He just doesn't know where it is. Forget it. Push on.
All right, it's the best uninterrupted line of sight into that window in all of Martinez.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Radio Gosh is right. You have worms in your brain.
Don't really remember stories. I feel that. I feel like I forget things so quickly. This one's also like kind of more about the journey than about the result. So it's like, I feel like it's not too bad if you have spoilers for this game.
Almost. He almost burst out there. Keep piling arguments. Anything.
All right, what are we forgetting? Hit ourselves on the side of the head. Percussive maintenance.
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausia's roof.
Oh, yes.
There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. And Maybells on Clausia's balcony.
The flowers.
Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Clausia's bedroom. Now, they're gonna come up.
Of course. Thank you, Head.
You got it. Remember? The boot prints were like no modern soul.
All right, Maybells behind the victim's window. I saw them growing here.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
And also the snow.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away.
I haven't seen these flowers anywhere else in Martinez. Only here.
They blossom on the islets before. We fertilize them with our blood. Resurrección. was Snow White in May, before they ruined it.
A type of game? It's a, like, role-play mystery game. So you're a cop that is trying to solve a murder. You're a fucked up, sad little man cop who is trying to solve a murder. And this is the murderer. So we're right at the end of the game. But it's very much like a lot of tabletop roleplay games. And so it's really cool. It's like really, really neat how it like really acts like and behaves like tabletop roleplay. And like the way that you interact with the game. So it's a lot of fun. It's a really cool game. You should definitely give it a try if you're like interested in things like that.
South, the Bay of Martinez is dotted with little freckles of islets, turning green, with white flowers in white snow.
The coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it, filled with broken, useless trash for fat-fingered bourgeois children to play with.
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any secret paths? Pinball workshops?
Kimball, pinball, always on the grind, always here to talk about pinball anytime it's relevant. Kimball, pinball. Last time you played a game that involved murder, the plot twist was you were the murderer? That is wild. I feel like I haven't, like that sure is a game, you know? That sure is a thing to do in a game, having that kind of plot twist. Spicy. This one is not so much that. It's just a man. But it's more about like the role play and the like journey rather than the actual like finding out who did it. An ending where you can end it all. That's fun. That's a fun thing to have in a mystery game. All right, Kimball Pinball.
I may.
Ah, he does. He understands. But yeah, I really like mystery games. I really love like mysteries generally. I think they're a lot of fun. So this game is a good game to play. My kind of game. But all right, Classia. Ooh, it's called The Beast Inside, and it goes for $2 on sale. Puzzle horror. That sounds very cool. I am going to write that down because the thing is that if I don't write it down, I am going to forget it because my memory is truly horrendous. So, okay. The Beast Inside. Thank you for recommendations. All right, Classia. The flowers are behind her window.
Classia.
You know her right. She had intimate relations with the victim, the mercenary.
With the victim?
The guy you killed.
There is a small tremble. Looks like a smile. A crooked smile. Yet isn't quite voluntary. He's about to burst.
We got him.
Don't leave any loose ends. Get him on everything.
I wonder what brand of boots you're wearing.
Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand my shoes are? Sansa? Some shit.
Show me the souls, please, Mr.
Show me your souls. Do they match the footprints?
Fucking imbecile.
The maker is called Sensory. You see their V-shaped logo, but can't make out the size. These are not the unusual horizontal pattern souls you saw in the dust on the floor of the hidden room. They do, however, seem to be about the same size.
He just has another pair of shoes.
The size fits, but not the soul.
Drama. It's simpler than that. 97% chance. All right.
Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
People, it turns out. TIL. Change shoes. It doesn't mean you weren't there, near the room the victim died in, sneaking around.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your masters? They must have really loved that dead fuck.
We're just doing our jobs.
The lieutenant gives you a quick sideways glance and nods to acknowledge.
Oh, Senpai's acknowledging us. Thank you, Senpai.
The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. He can't keep them from flickering, looking for something.
Drama's like wrong about things half the time, though. So I think it's right this time, but it's wrong a lot.
The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange process within him. A gush of wind. seagulls in the distance.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer, armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer, dripping with blood.
He was a killer, but he was still under the protection of the law.
Beating us to the ground, moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner.
Yeah, fuck the law, but our man is trying to do his best. We are just a little man trying to do his best, and that's our job, so we're trying to do it.
Got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
I was not alive when that happened. But yeah, he is a poor, sad little cop.
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
So you shot him.
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
And a lot of other people died because of you. A lot of fine people.
The lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you, while the lieutenant listens, holding his breath.
Just nod.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them, in phase. And I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her.
Terrible.
There, a hot flash of rage almost carries the smile away. Some dark peace.
And then what?
Nothing. I went to sleep.
After killing a man.
Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white. Or what's left of it, anyway. My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own.
We have 0 points in fascism. We still have 0 points in fascism.
And so they did.
We are not a fascist.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
Yes.
Aha! 70 experience points. More skill points for us to find the Phasmid.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him?
The old man nods.
You say things. You say things and take political stances, and it counts up what political stances you take. And we have not said a single fascist thing this entire game. So we have 0 fascism.
Why?
Can I pull it up? It's this one. This one? This one. Yeah, see? We have 11 communist, 0 fascist, 7 ultra-liberal, and 8 moralist. But we're 0 fascist. Alright, why?
Because that's what they were doing.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from. You can coax it out of him. The lieutenant's preparing the ground.
We can do it.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
Is there a way to be 0 in all of them? I don't think so. Because I don't... Like, if you try to avoid political things, it calls you moralist. That's the, like, you're avoiding political things. That's the, like, I'm just here to be a cop and do my job and solve a murder. I'm not here to, like, have political opinions. So, why were you looking at them that night?
I'm always looking.
Always looking. Okay.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
It's zoomy. Got zooms.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
Yep.
And if you don't like it?
Click.
Click. You pull the trigger, shoot anything you don't like.
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
Art critique. Can you be a capitalist and steal money out of the country's reserves? You can definitely be a capitalist, and I think you can get a guy to invest in you and give you fake money. So that's a thing you can do. It's a silly game. You can do a lot of things.
He will not stop now. These dialectical materialist types never do. Exploit it.
All right, go on.
You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift.
All right, what specifically did you not like? Actually, I'm going to leave for a sec and save the game again. Real shit, you'll take it. It's a great game. Save the game so that we can have more points to save scum for the Phasmid.
Capital. What do you want?
All right, what did you not like about what you saw the night of the murder?
Them. Fucking. I didn't like that.
You were jealous?
Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself. Drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore.
Yeah, there's also a cryptid in this game. And so I'm trying to have all the skills and everything so that we get to interact with the cryptid this time.
For him to stop reacting to stimuli, to be broken off from the world, cordoned into darkness.
And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second. Writhing.
Yikes.
That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But you can't have everything.
Yeah, well, if you want to see his head explode, I think you can. That one's possible. At least his body is very gross, and you can probably make his rotting body be less whole. That was not something I wanted to make happen, but I think it's possible.
Her body sweating from the drugs, slick from cerebral hemorrhage.
Yikes.
He wants to see her covered in blood.
Yikes.
To punish her.
All right. How long had you been watching?
Since she came to Martinez. I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
I have not played Darkwood. What's that one? I will write it on the list.
Past the Fell building on the coast? What was she doing there?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it.
A cigarette.
I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
Hiding her documents.
And beautiful.
And beautiful? What do you think she hid there?
Her passport and tickets to Villiers. And from there to Cachet.
It was definitely her passport.
In the free state of Seminine, hidden away at the edge of the earth, near the pair.
Yeah, the hidden buoy. You looked at it? It's a good horror game, but doesn't use scares. It uses audio and lighting. Oh, that sounds cool. I like horror games, but I'm also a little baby about all of them. So that sounds really cool. That sounds like a lot of fun. It's on the list.
After she was gone.
Did you keep what was in it? When we found the submersible, it was empty.
Yeah.
No. Why would I do that? I didn't need tickets to Villiers. I'd put them back. If I wanted to extort someone, I'd do better.
It's a hopeless game, but it has one thing to give you hope. Ooh, I feel like this game is sometimes kind of like that too. It's like you really celebrate the small wins in this game because that's all you get. Like even like getting one little dump is like a big deal in this game. So I feel like it really makes you like celebrate the small stuff, which is I think a lot of fun.
This implies that he's thought about extorting her. Also, a little inconsistency here. He was surprised to hear her name Clausia before. Would he not have seen it on the document?
Well, she definitely has a different name on the documents. Are you sure? We checked the submersible and there was nothing there.
Why would I need that trash? I'm not going to Villiers.
It's a survival game. That's really cool. That sounds like a lot of fun. Thank you for recommendations. I will look into it.
A strange confusion comes over him from time to time. Some kind of aberration of the nervous system.
Ooh, you have to make use of everything because later on it's all limited. Oh, that's really cool. That's like fun from a survival game. Very exciting. Like it's like nice in survival games to really have to like think carefully about what you do, like be cautious about how you use things. That's fun. Yeah, he's kind of fucked up. You saw her name on the passport, but before when I said her name is Claudia, you didn't recognize it.
It didn't say Claudia in there.
What did it say?
It was something. I don't remember. It was dark that morning. I only remember her face on the photo.
Moving on, did you continue watching her after this?
I did. She had a face like an archipelago, with those birthmarks. And a body, hard and lean and bruised all over. Black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating.
Is that what he likes in a girl? Yikes.
I could see who she was, too. A spook. On the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
Yikes!
You could tell she was a spook from the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo and glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio.
Yeah, this man's a fucked up man. This guy is fucked up.
He's setting it up for you. The bruises. You can't make that out in a scope.
And you could see her bruises through the scope?
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur.
Oh, how does he know then?
It quickly comes to you.
Any chance you've seen them through the hole in the wall?
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife. Masturbating.
All right, thanks for coming by, Epic Burrito. I hope you have like a good night or a good day, whatever you need to go do. But thanks for coming by, and I hope you have a good time. Bye-bye. See you next time.
Everything in him fills with impossible longing, all at once.
Did you make that hole?
Did he?
With a clip point knife.
Yikes! Oh my gosh. Ever see her through a window on a roof?
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass.
Yikes! Alright, so he's been through the secret passageway, they were his footprints, and he changed shoes.
I've been through all of Martinez. Every nook and cranny.
And that too.
Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. Funny, the way light works.
Yikes. Alright, have a good day at work, Tech. I hope it goes well for you. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.
You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me. I've seen people do some shit, but...
Those two took the cake.
I sure did.
You hear the familiar scribble of the lieutenant's pen. A quick glance at you.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop?
Yeah, is there a secret way?
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty.
Yikes.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen?
Oh, yeah.
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
I guess we did the same thing where we took keys.
Andy found use for it. A spare key, like the one hanging behind the Union Box window.
You... Alright, it wasn't about him, it was about her.
Her.
The lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement.
Right, we got a motive.
Where is she, that Clasier? I haven't seen her there for days.
She gone, bro.
Safe and sound, sire. Surely you have not misplaced the witness.
She got away. We don't know where she is.
Good for her. That girl kept staring into the scope, you know. In the end, this last week, kept staring at the island.
Yeah, because that's where the shot came from. I wonder.
At night, crying or smoking on the roof. Like she knew I was here.
Yeah, she saw the shot came. She does know that you're here.
Midtown, across the Bay of Revachol, the oceanic wind washes 40-story towers. Above them, Lusanne's central aerodrome, a cocoon suspended in the sky by a web of suspension wiring, encircled by hybrid aircraft.
Yeah, we've been talking to this guy for a long time. We definitely found new things that I didn't find out last time we were talking to this dude. There's like a bunch of new stuff. Yeah, this guy has so much to say. All right, Shivers, we look north?
On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, barbiturates, and alcohol.
Yikes.
Yet still, she smiles among the crowd, among the great ghosts of the city she's leaving, for another, far south, smaller, distant, hidden, not like the great chandelier she sees sparkle in the night below her. Streetlights, towers, tenements, and water, and across it, a dark strip of ruins, barely visible, if she didn't squint her eyes. He knew she knows. She was looking at the island, figuring it out, day by day, cigarette by cigarette.
That's so creepy. He's just like, oh, she knows I'm here. Oh, he's such a creep.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
Oh my gosh.
Who knows what he's seen and done over the years? You could get more out of him. He likes talking. Enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
All right, one sec. We're going to save. Save game.
The
All
old
right.
man stares despondently at the logs. It's like he's forgotten you're there.
Anything else you don't like?
A tragic comedy. Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers.
A strange little engine seems to fire up in him again. It straightens his back. The familiar put-put-put of hatred.
More specifically?
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez is the worst.
How come?
Because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing to do in the whole world. Listening to race-themed radio shows. In the ruins, in their lorries.
There's a couple of racists, yeah.
Pumped full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that Social Democratic Union and the farce of a Social Democrat who runs it.
Mr. Clare?
Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square, to spit on the working class.
All right, he can finish.
Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruins. In tents, like animals. Like those boom-boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs.
Okay, Nod.
The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht.
Well, she's gone now.
Licking her lips. The old whore's gone now.
Yep.
Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no.
No.
The worst is that old cock parading around.
He's also dead.
Throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too.
I mean, he's also dead.
Every morning he's there. While the parasites he fought to
all right,
protect
okay
are
then.
That's all the rich really want. sex
gonna
with
nod.
their
We
own.
had this conversation
We did good when we
last
pushed him
time.
under that horse car.
Alright, good
Disco
one.
whores are too much.
Disco
Hatred
whore.
shuts down
That's
his brain's language center, leaving only a nonsensical sputter.
gotta be one of my favorite genders.
There was something about a statue and nihilistic advertising agency people might be worth investigating. Boom boom morons on thin ice, going under. Those are the tent kids.
Alright, we can talk about Mr. Clare.
Another hideous disappointment. Unions are the real enemy. The true enemy of the proletariat. Placating the masses.
Disappointment. So personal. He displays a familiarity with the union's top brass.
This guy really has too many things to say. We can't talk about all of them, I think.
That deformed toad? I wouldn't expect him to wipe his own ass. I mean, the brains of the operation. The smart one.
Doesn't Everett run the union?
That mobster toad couldn't run a shithouse. He has no political education. His twin, Edgar Clare, that one's been to one of those East Revachol universities. He talks a big game about uprising and alienation and so.
Yeah, we haven't ever gotten a chance to talk to Edgar, but he's talked to Edgar?
First against the wall with him.
Yikes.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard. Not all this time. Nothing happens in Martinez without them knowing.
Of course. Maybe the Clears asked him to.
Have you approached them?
I haven't approached anyone. I hid. It was Edgar who came to me.
How did he know you were here?
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf.
Mhm.
He figured it out. Some kids told him about a monster on the island. I told you, he has brains.
They also told us, and we also have brains and figured it out.
Stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I even kept the door open for him. Thought he was a man of the left. Wouldn't rat me out. I was right about one of those things.
Didn't rat him out. What'd you talk about?
Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects like I were a fossil in a uniform. Offered platitudes about the struggle. Flaunted his pink degree. Even quoted Marzoff. Never trust a social democrat who quotes Marzoff. Oh, and charity too. They love their charity. Offered me blankets and social housing. I still have the gas cooker he brought.
I feel like blankets and social housing may have been helpful for this guy. He let you be?
Let me be here. The ZOC is an unlawful successor of the Commune of
Okay,
Rep-
okay,
They let
fine.
him be here. Understanding was a courtesy. But why such a courtesy?
Alright, did you kill the Krenel mercenary for the Clares?
You know why I killed that fucker, Dwat. As to Edgar, I'm not doing anything for that swine again.
Again? What have you done for Edgar before?
What is it?
Tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick. We parted ways.
Okay, he didn't do the hanged man for them. But he's insinuating something. There is more here. You can feel it. He was not outright lying.
Oof.
But almost.
Alright, we did get here last time, and so we know what it is, which is that he killed the previous union leader for them, and so they were able to take over the union. And so I don't feel too bad if we don't get this, because we got it last time.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The connection doesn't come to you on such a pivotal moment. Slap yourself in the head again. Jumpstart it.
Punch yourself in the head. Something with the union boss?
Officer.
Doesn't seem to be working.
Mr. Druss, about this deal you made with Edgar. The death of the Krenel mercenary was only coincidentally beneficial to the Clares. But
Kim knows.
what about the other people you've killed?
Haha, Kim gets it.
Other people?
Like the previous 4 women of the union.
Oh, Kim already knows.
That's
So
it.
smart.
That's what you weren't connecting yourself.
I didn't fight 40 years to end up an informant for the international regime. What happened, happened.
Still dumb. Your eyes are transfixed on his digit. It's yellow with nicotine.
Oof. Kim, we're not solving this part. What do we do?
Look who's up. From the drunken stupor. This one's worse for wear than me. emotionally frayed. Life is hard for us human beings in deregulation hell.
It sure
isn't it?
is.
We will have plenty of time to talk about this later, Mr. Dross. When you're in pre-detention. It can take years in pre-detention.
That seems unethical.
Go ahead. I've been in solitary confinement my whole life.
Ease off it. This was not an unmitigated disaster. The lieutenant mitigated it. Just proceed calmly.
All right, good talk.
Glad.
All
It's
right.
all gone.
All right, I'm gonna save again. Save game. Save game. All right,
Old
composure.
Man stares despondently.
This is a white
the
check.
logs.
We can just keep
It's
redoing
like
it.
He's forgotten you're there. For a 60-year-old man with stomach
All right, we
trouble,
didn't get it.
he's prone to erratic hand gestures
Composure?
and clearly malnourished.
Where's
But
composure?
that's it. You can see no more.
We can do
by
this.
looking at the
We
slouched
have so
frame.
many skill
The moment
points.
passes,
We can do
you
this.
say,
It's a white check. I may retry it. Why won't it let me click? All right.
The old man.
All right, now we
stares
go. 42.
despondent. What
Oh, yeah.
strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the malnutrition. It's precisely what you could not see before. For a man who spent 44 years hidden in the urban wild.
He's surprisingly okay.
Indeed, he speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite the cough, is there. It is capable of expressing complicated ideas.
Animated.
Above all, he seems animated.
Animated by what? The phasmid?
It's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, thought processes cut off like threads, as he just stares at the logs or the reeds. He also suffers mood swings, bubbling to the surface, unconstrained by his nervous system.
Dementia?
You've seen demented people before. This feels similar, yet different. When his thoughts move, they are lucid, keen even. Not senile. Is it some kind of substance damage? Like he's addicted to something?
Are you on a
Not
psychoactive
only the
substance?
No. I won't be stuffed full of shit like the rest of this
It's
city.
the phasmid.
You said you take painkillers.
I take them to cope with pain. The people of this city use painkillers because they have pain. Untreated illnesses. Not enough money for a greedy doctor.
He is indeed very lucid at times.
It's the phasmid.
It's not a downer, rather an upper, judging by his snaps.
Amphetamines?
Like some kind of decadent rock star.
All right, finish the examination.
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood, and I'm surrounded by insane people.
We're all insane.
There it is again. Erratic hand motions, bouts of rage, and the stomach thing too, of course.
My stomach things are normal. Stomach things are totally normal. Totally reasonable to have stomach problems. Very fine.
Could it be a symptom of overdosing on something? Something even you have not tried? Keep your eyes peeled.
All right, saving.
The old man
All right,
stares.
you're resting.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
To be arrested.
The wind picks up. The silence on the water is broken all around you. Little shivers of waves appear. The lieutenant continues, like an incantation.
Your wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand?
My boy Phasmid? Are you here?
Do you understand?
But...
Do you understand?
No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
My boy?
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead.
My boy?
Pupils are dilated too. Eyes getting blacker and blacker.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
Does it have room for 3?
Not really. We could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can take him inland while the other stays here. But...
But then, who watches him while you're coming back?
Who watches him while I come back?
You come back for me? How about I go and send a boat back for you?
What is this farce?
It is one of those, like,
This
the
is a
little
fucking farce.
logic
I can't-
puzzles of, like, the wolves and the sheep. Terrible.
You could ask her, maybe.
Maybe we can ask the net picker to watch him?
This is no harmless old man.
This fucking world. This world. What is this?
It's the phasmid. Below the confusion of rage, a fit of jamais vu, like yours, the thought passes. More pressing matters take its place.
No, listen. Listen
No, listen now. Listen now. Okay. Perception. Perception. We have so many points. How many do we put into perception? Where is it? Here it is. We put at least 2. No reason not to. Perception 72?
You thought you heard something, but it's just the...
Okay, we gotta get this one. We gotta get this one. Very important. Save scum for the phasmid. Alright. Come on, let's go.
The old man stares.
Arrested?
But you said I would be taken to the...
Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. We're going.
Your confirmation is not really.
But then, who what?
You come back.
What is this?
Lillian. You could ask her.
Ask her?
This fuck.
Alright.
No, listen. Listen now.
Listen now, perception? 2 points again? I think it should be enough. Let's go.
There
Yeah.
it is again. To your north, as it has been since you came to the coast. The reeds whisper, stalks rubbing against each other. But then, in the middle of it,
my boy,
something completely different. It sounds like a bow, very slowly being drawn against the strings of a violin. A very small violin, made of reeds and rushes.
My friend.
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat.
Shh, Kim. Shh, Kim.
What?
What are you talking about? Is this really us?
No.
Your skin crawls.
There he is. Where is he? There he is. Our boy. Our cryptid boy. Look at him. He's so cute. Oh, I love our
Delicate tangle
cryptid.
of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb.
It's
to
so
then
cool.
Just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence.
I love it. What is it?
What are you talking about?
It's a giant bug. It's the Insulindian phasmid.
There's nothing there.
It's totally there.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head.
It's coming towards us.
You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand rise instinctively.
It's real. There it is.
See what exactly? A bug?
Kim, can you see it?
I can see.
Kim sees it. It's real.
4 simple words. Thank God. If he can see, then you're not insane. But that means...
It's real.
It's really there. Spinning slowly, in absolute silence. Its limbs long and slender.
Main character of this game, best girl of the game, Insulindian phasmid.
Be very, very careful.
Okay. Save. Okay, my boy. Phasmid?
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks.
My boy.
The hiss is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else in a lower pitch.
Listen carefully. What is it?
I have absolutely no idea.
He's taking out his camera?
You glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant holds a piece of milled aluminium. He begins to pull it open extremely carefully. It's The camera.
It's the camera?
No. The flash will scare the creature off. Warn him now.
Kim, the flash is loud. It won't like that.
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the insect's limbs. A series of ultrasonic clicks fills your ear.
Let me approach it first.
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
Yeah, okay.
You see the insect turn to him. Its mandible antennae reaching out. Its motions are quick, sudden.
Okay, but listen to me.
Shh. Okay.
The spindly
Okay.
turns itself back to you. Its antennae taking their measure of the air. Slowly.
Say something to the insect quietly, like... Hey.
The creature tilts its tiny head to the side and appears to look at you.
Hey.
It is incredibly light, like the slightest gust of wind should blow it away. But it doesn't.
Don't be afraid.
Nothing changes in the cyclical brain motion of the creature's limbs. They are porcelain white on the inside and reed-colored on the out. Beige, light brown, and striped. You are unsure if it is scared or not. Its insect mind is impenetrable to your reasoning.
You
A
exist,
sudden
my
chirrup
boy.
fills the air. The walking stick moves its whole body, limbs working independently of each other, like the parts of a masterfully constructed machine. Something in its body language has changed, just slightly.
All right, electrochemistry. Electrochemistry, how many points do I have to put in? Where is it? Electro... Okay. We'll start with 3. Is that enough? 8%. Oh shit. Revert. That was the wrong one. Electrochemistry. 3 more. 2 more? Is this enough? Still 28. Electrochemistry. This is the best I can get. 42%. Let's go. Let's go. No! Load. We have to load.
You barely get...
Okay, low game. Alright, bye boy. Alright, we go through this again. Whoops, wrong button. Wait, oh wait. Alright.
What is it?
Something is very wrong with him now.
Wait.
Nothing.
Wait. It's not here.
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its...
Wait, where is it? Is something happened to my save? Kim, where is it?
Yes?
Kim, where'd it go?
What is it?
Something is...
Where'd it go? Where's the phasmid? What happened to this save? I go back a save? Go back a save. Alright. Why is my game like this?
The old man stares.
Alright.
What?
Arresting him
You said I
again.
would be taken to the...
Doing it again.
Do you and...
But... No.
His sweat pupils are dilated.
Your confirmation is not required, sir.
Does everyone...
Not
Okay,
really.
we gotta do this again.
He watches him.
You can...
What is this?
Lillian.
Doing it again?
This is not...
This.
No.
Okay, a couple points into
Listen
perception.
now.
I got it? 72?
You thought
Oh
you
my
heard.
gosh. Hello, game. Is this one fixed now? Is there a save fixed? Please, I just want the phasmid. It's not fixed. Load. Alright, we gotta do it again.
The old man's.
What?
Alright.
But you said I would be taken to the...
We got it.
Your wayfarer. Do you?
But... No.
Alright. We got this. We got this.
Not really.
But then, who watches?
You.
What is this?
Lillian.
We can do it.
This is no.
This.
No.
We can do it. Okay,
listen.
perception again.
Listen
Perception
now.
again.
There it
Alright,
is again.
there it is.
Maybe we should try first. There is a.
What are you?
Your skin crawls.
Alright, we got it. Our boy the Phasmid is back. Wait. Wait, what? It's not here! Why can't I see it?
A delicate tangle of arms and
Why-
legs
why can't I
unfolds
see
from the reeds, limb by limb.
Please,
To them, just
game.
stand there. Move.
What
It's
are
not
you
here.
talking about? There's nothing.
The stick insect. You feel your legs
Why?
See what?
I can
For simple, but that it's real.
be very, very.
It's not here. My game is broken. Alright. Oh, so the thing is, I'm also like really tired right now, and I've been having a really long day. So I think I'm gonna call it here, and we can actually truly finish next time. We can actually truly finish next time. And then we'll just start with the Phasmid. We'll start with the Phasmid, and it'll be a Phasmid forward stream. And it'll just be like a Phasmid and like chat stream. And we can do that, and that can be next time. Because I'm real tired, and this isn't, my brain is not here. So I think I'm gonna call it. We can try to raid somebody. We can raid Miral. Alright. But thanks for coming out, and thanks for trying to see the Phasmid with me. I'm sorry that my game kind of died. That we didn't actually get to touch the Phasmid. But we'll touch the Phasmid next time. So thanks